I'm kind of obsessed right now.
Did you see the new one?
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's why I'm obsessed. We haven't all stitched everything.
So you can put that probably. Actually, can you put it on your jacket so that you can have it? Oh. Well, no, you had it right then.
Okay.
And then do you have pockets?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna be sitting.
So one.
Let's see how it looks. It might be better to have it flipped and then running the side of her shoulder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then if you want to put your jacket on, I can hold it.
Okay. Yeah, the creativity that comes when you didn't have time to go shopping for new clothes for an interview and you've been traveling for so long. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna put some stuff together and
You
make it
got
look
to
like a whole new outfit.
And you did it there. Yeah, that is very.
Okay.
Right. Sit right here.
Oh, let me get my. So I do have my book and the sign. I don't know if you want to have ones that have the
Yes.
information handy. And a lot of times I'll hold it to refer to ladies if I'm talking about them, but it's up to you. It's about how to read your show.
And we can definitely keep this and use it for like a graphic.
I was gonna say, yeah, she probably still has this in her and stuff.
Yes, I got everything.
Okay. Yes, I don't necessarily have to show this. You don't have everything to go over to me.
You want to grab mine?
I'll make sure it's
Is
the right
that
one.
one?
Yeah, it's second one.
Good job. You double check that one before. And now I'm curious to see what your green screen gonna have behind it.
Oh, nothing. That's why I'm sitting right here.
Okay,
Not a
but
thing.
so you're not gonna be in the shop?
No. So one woman's shadow.
Right.
Probably to the
I
T.
gotta be talking to you. Okay.
Yes. You and I will voice this. So like basically how it's gonna work is like you're gonna talk and I'll probably like just use your words to kind of tell the story, and that makes sense. And my voice will be on it, but it's not about you. We're gonna use video from the what's it called? Which yes, the commercial. Yes, like we're gonna use clips from that. We're gonna use clips from today. We'll use even this flyer, stuff like that, to really kind of visually tell the story, and then have your voice. So yeah, I'm just learning and asking all the questions.
Okay, cool. So just kind of answer. So it's gonna be about 30 minutes.
I mean, no, honestly, it won't take like that long. Like
To
first,
film, right?
Yeah.
Just to get an idea of how much to press.
I mean, it's really gonna be a conversation. It's
Okay.
gonna be about what this one woman show is, why we wanted to do that,
Right.
and really like the importance and the impact that it has on people who watch the one woman show. So it was a conversation. So
Gotcha.
we're not lying.
It helps me to know the timing, just because like how much further do I elaborate, you know?
Gotcha.
So,
And I asked, but this.
and how much are you getting in this shot? Because I need to.
I can get like, you want to have that visible?
Yeah, I was gonna try to like I was thinking it was hiding away a little bit if I need to bring it up. I'll be able to know. Yeah, actually, you want to bring that to me for 1 second?
Just hide it so I don't want to
Oh,
break
so
it.
guys, I saw it fall. Thank you.
It's nice, and if you got set up now where we can report audio.
It's gonna be great. We're just gonna stop.
Like I feel like I just do interviews for a living at this point because it's like 2 or 3 a day every day. So between interviews and appearances at events and stuff, I think the show really starts there, before we can get to the show days.
Yeah. It's like all the prep work and
Yeah. And everybody's, around the world is impacted by it that won't be able to physically be here. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I think we're rolling.
All right. And we have a worldwide audience, so we've been doing interviews in like Africa and Russia and just all over
Oh my
It's
God.
very, very
That is awesome.
If anything's in your eye and you can't see, just let me know.
My
I can turn it
eyelashes
down.
are, is that something good
You're
about
making
that?
the
The lashes are killing. I'm like, we're gonna make these lashes last through this interview tomorrow, and then they're going.
Thumbs were good.
Yeah, that looks great.
All right. We'll go ahead and get it rolling. Let me just get a mic test.
Okay, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. My name's Vitel. Lips, teeth, tip of the tongue. Hello, mic check. Hey. How's my niece and my son working behind the scenes? Shout out to all the people watching on the live stream backstage behind the scenes. Is there a specific name for your show?
Oh no, this is this will run in 3 different shows, so it's not just one specific show. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I want to make sure I shout you out
Maybe
and
one day,
everything.
one day.
MeTV in Kentucky runs. WKNY.
No, WNKY.
WNKY. I'm gonna get it right, y'all. WNKY.
You just keep your mic just a little tap on it. There we go. We're good. All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling.
Okay. So before we get into the questions, can you say and spell your first and last name?
Yes, Vitel Webb. VITELLEWEBB. But if it makes any difference, I do prefer to go just by Vitel when it comes to branding and advertising.
Yes.
So if y'all can do that as much as possible, it would be great.
Yes.
And then am I making eye contact with the camera or
With me.
okay, making sure.
And then can you say your position or title?
It is, I'm the CEO and founder of Us 3 Productions.
Okay, all right. So just to dive right into things, you are doing a one-woman show. Can you kind of tell me about what the audience can expect? I did watch the trailer, and we can link that in the article so people can watch it too. But in your own words, there's a lot of different messages. So what can people expect when they watch the one-woman show?
Yeah, so the 9 Hour is really more than a show. It's a whole experience. We focus on the topics that people don't really want to deal with a lot of the time, and it's all having to do with trauma and healing. So our main topics are homelessness, domestic violence, mental health, as well as human trafficking. So these are just some of the experiences that I have personally had myself. So I'm telling my own testimony through this one-woman show. You come to the show, you're going to be escorted in by our amazing team and staff members that take you through this, that just walk you through this whole experience. You're going to get gift bags. All of our guests get gift bags. We partner with all of the organizations in the community to be there present, hopefully, if they're able to, or if they're not, they also send us brochures and things like that, that all the information that can help the community to connect, so that once they watch this show and they experience this, they're not just triggered and then left hanging while we go to a different city. They're connected with the people in their own community that help them with these issues that they may be facing. So if they're going through it right now, if it's something that they've gone through in the past that they're still healing from, they're able to connect with the right people at our event.
And so you spoke a little bit earlier when you said that you've experienced some of this. So do you mind going a little bit deeper into your journey as to what motivated and jump-started this one-woman show?
Yes, absolutely. So really what started the one-woman show itself was that we had a pandemic. And so I had published a book, my book, I Am a Poetic Ensemble. And it's a memoir of my life. And so I published it right before the whole world shut down. So when that happened, I already knew I was going to do a show based on the book. But I was like, what do I do now? I can't hire a team or a crew, or I can't have an audition. What do I do? So that's when the one-woman show idea came to mind. And, it was really something that God placed on my heart to do this. And I honestly didn't want to do it at first. And that's how I knew it was a calling and my purpose, because I was hesitant. It scared me. And so I was very reluctant, but I moved forward in the process, and it just started to come together on its own. So when I decided to tell my story, I ended up breaking it down over 9 different characters to tell all the different parts of the story, because it is so much. I've experienced homelessness, domestic violence, all types of abuse throughout my life. And so now to be able to use my own personal testimony to help others to heal and overcome from these things, it's just an incredible journey that I'm on, and I'm like, I never would have thought that this is what all of this would have been for. You know, now I'm able to look back on my experiences and say, you know, everything happened for a reason, and I wouldn't take it back. If I could build a time machine now, I wouldn't go back and change anything, because I am who I am today and what I'm doing today and able to do because of my experiences that I've gone through. So it's been an incredible journey, and I'm so grateful to be on it.
That's powerful. That's very powerful. So what do you hope the reaction response is from the community or anybody who sees your work? You know, because it is a powerful message, and you know, you will have resources there. So what do you hope the reaction is?
For this particular show, so this is actually our final stop on a 9-city tour, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm definitely expecting it to be even bigger and better, because every city we've gone to so far, it's just gotten better, and so that's really exciting. But with this particular show, you know, the goal is to help people to heal, you know, and that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one show. So for people to see the show, and some people, you know, are triggered, I would say that. Some people find out things that they thought they'd heal from that maybe they still need a little bit of work on, you know, but everyone relates to the show in some way, whether they see themselves in one of the characters or multiple characters, or they might get educated by it because it might be someone that they know and love that's going through something, and it just enlightens them to help them understand that perspective even better when they may not understand it personally. So whether they're getting the education or the healing themselves, like it's all making a difference in the way we operate together as human beings and the way we live our lives. Like, you know, we all have traumas that hold us back, and some people think that because they haven't gone through the worst traumas, or their trauma might not match mine, that, you know, it's no competition, and every level is different. So they may think that because that's the case that they don't really have trauma, but at the end of the day, we all do. And honestly, if we're alive right now, we all just went through a whole pandemic. So that is traumatic, you know, that's a once in a lifetime traumatic experience. So we all have some type of healing that we can do from that. And that's what it's all about. It's all about healing. That's what I hope to accomplish with this show, and that's what we've been accomplishing so far. So I'm expecting Bowling Green, Kentucky to be our grand finale, and for it to be grand, and for everybody to really show up and show out and help us spread the word about this mission.
Okay, and then another question about Bowling Green. Why Bowling Green? You went to Nashville,
I know,
Atlanta,
right?
Bowling Green?
We've been to Houston and
Yes.
Boston and Washington and everywhere, and I actually asked myself that yesterday. I was like, the grand finale of all the cities that we've been through in Bowling Green, Kentucky, you know, but I've learned to just trust God on this journey. Honestly, it's really a faith walk. And so when I first started it, so I've done the show multiple times since the pandemic. It was virtual at first, obviously, because of the pandemic. But then once it hit the stages, I've done it more than 20 times. So in 2025, when God said, do a 9-city tour, all I got was the cities and the dates. I had no other information to go off of. So we've been just faith walking it out. Me and my team, my amazing team that I couldn't do this without, we've been faith walking it out on this journey. So as we go, we figure out why as we go. And so every city that we've gone to, there's been some cities that I've set foot in that I've thought, here? Like, are you sure? You know? And so that's where the faith comes in, because we just have to trust that it's a part of the process. And so we follow through and are obedient with our end of it. And then once we get there, then people start telling us their testimonies after the show. We see like just supernatural occurrences happening at this event. People are healed and delivered, and just all of these things. It's really hard to explain. You just have to be there. But it's definitely a spiritual thing that I can't necessarily explain the best. But once you experience that, once our audience experiences that, a lot of times they'll tell us afterwards, they'll tell us their testimony, they'll tell us what they, and there's no way we would have known that. And so it makes sense at that point, like, oh, that's why we're in this city. That's why we had that happen in the show that we didn't expect to happen, but it happened anyway. You know, all these things just come together, and it just makes perfect sense. So we got to trust the process.
Period, and you do.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at this 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm looking at your flyer, and there's only 8. So what is that about? I was like,
you are too wise. I can't.
No.
So you know what, people. I can't say much on that, because that's one of those things you have to come to the show. You see all these 8 people, and you come there and you wondering why it's 8.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that at the show. So that's a little You're ahead of the game.
that was the first thing I seen on the email. I'm like,
Yes.
say,
And it's so funny because most people do not think about, they don't question it at all. And then we get to the show and that's when we give them a chance to ask questions.
Okay.
So there is gonna be like a Q&A segment at the end as well where the audience can participate, are encouraged to ask those questions, and we will answer that for y'all at the show.
Okay, well, you've answered all my questions. Is there anything that you want to add or that you feel like people should know before going to the show?
Definitely just, trigger warning for everybody. It is, I recommend this show for people who are ready to heal or feel like, you know what, I got this, but at the same time, we all have those moments where we don't feel like we've got it. So I'm encouraging everybody to start that healing journey somewhere. This is a huge step forward in it. But like I said, we're going to walk you through the journey. We're going to be with you every step of the way. From the moment you come in the door, you've got a smiling face greeting you and just walking through whatever it is that you need. So we're that considerate of each individual guest. And that's the reason why this particular show, we keep it very intimate. It's not a huge crowd, but we want to see everyone individually and give them that special attention. So come on out. Do it scared is what I say, because trust and believe, I was scared when I started this particular journey. I did not want to do it, but I started it and I moved forward step by step, day by day. So scared or not, you just got to take that leap of faith and invest in yourself and come on out. That's what I encourage you.
Okay, perfect.
That's what you want me to do. So you're going to plug everything anyway, so I really don't need to do any.
And I have the links. And she I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's
Nice.
Nice. I got all the links. So
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
twice.
Awesome.
If you want to get video, while he's like tearing stuff down, we can still sit here because I know you said you went behind the scenes.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, cool. And then we can make sure we get a picture together too.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, so I feel like I said everything that can be said. I know y'all gonna
you
spice it up.
answered the question.
It's the editing people for me, because it's all about the footage and the editing. So
You answered
hopefully I gave y'all something good to work with. Because you know what's funny is because of the one woman show that's going on in my head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking as far as what I need to say and how I need to present myself and my clothing, like just every little detail of everything. But I'm also thinking about the editing person and what they're gonna have to edit. And if I say too much, or like I'm literally thinking about everything because I do all of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about the shot and the lighting and all this stuff he's thinking about right now. It's like, Lord, can I just have
Welcome to my
a
world.
moment to have one thought process? It's always 50 going on at one time.
You did great though. I couldn't tell.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like you see 8 lives on the flyer. It's a 9-woman show. It's a 9 lives world tour. So 9 people. But then you don't realize I'm actually playing 50 the entire show. Because like I said, when it started, part of it's movie. That's one thing I did forget to mention. Part of it's movie and part of it's live performance. And so I filmed the movie, obviously, because I was on quarantine. So I filmed the movie, edited it all, taught myself all of that. So now my son is in film school, so he's going to be a step ahead of the game already. So he doesn't have to teach himself everything. And so that's why he's interning with me for the summer. So he's already, I feel like he's already at my level now, but I just got here, and so he's going to take it up a notch. But yeah, I was all those different people, makeup, wardrobe, all of the things. Now I'm training my niece to do my makeup and wardrobe. She wants to get into that, so that's why she's kind of behind the scenes. A lot of people, they have football teams when they have a lot of kids. I have production companies.
I love that. That's so good. That's really good.
Oh, where's my phone, Rayshaud? Is it still on
It's still
TikTok?
on the tripod.
Oh, okay. You got it on the back of Nickella's head right now. You're fired.
That's my fault.
They're looking at the back of Nickella's head. Sorry, TikTok folks.
But I think
Nice
we got
one. I know
everything
nice
we need.
one. I'm laughing. Huh? What'd you say?
I think we got everything from that we need.
Oh, you got it
Anyway,
from that. Yeah, that's
so
fine.
kind of good.
I mean, you can keep TikTok on there because I'll talk to them on the way
I
out
just
the door.
wanted to
I
get
do.
this tripod out the
Here
way.
it is.
Oh, no.
Should open that.
I'll pick it up in a minute.
Multimedia. I love it.
Yeah, TikTok be looking into everything. People be eating on TikTok. I'm like, Lord, I hate when I see that. You go on and tell you they eat. I was like, okay, you have to do this on
Yes,
TikTok.
doing all that.
We don't want to
Mukbangs,
see you.
everything.
Yeah, that'd be driving me crazy. I'm like, we don't want to see you eat. Come on now. It's got to be something more entertaining. But everybody
Yeah.
I was checking out the channel out there in the lobby that was on the channel.
MeTV?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw the logo.
because sometimes that's on the far right corner, but our
Okay. Do you ever get in front of the camera? Or do you always do this?
Oh, yeah, I do.
I
Yeah.
figured you did.
But this, I feel like certain cameras you just gotta kind of separate yourself, you know.
Right,
But
yeah.
I might do a stand up in the studio for this, so just like
Okay.
introduce the story and then close it out.
Right.
But you're gonna tell your own story.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be having to tune in. I'm gonna tell my sister send me a replay since I don't live here in town. My sister lives here.
Yeah, I can send you the link to like we'll have the web article up and we'll go live on Facebook as well.
Okay.
So yes.
Oh, and I guess I can get this mic back now. Let me do that. Run that back through here. Wait, which way do we put it? There we go. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
I love your outfit.
Thank you.
All right, so shout out to everybody still watching behind the scenes. Shout out to Nisa for setting up this interview, my amazing assistant. She is the bestest. Shout out to my whole team that's out there calling all the organizations, connecting us. If y'all have any referrals too, by the way. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So first of all, we give everybody that we interview with 2 free tickets to the show. So hopefully you can come and see it. Yeah, so you get a free ticket already. You just got to give your name at the door. You're already on the list. But I don't know if you wanted to do some on-site media at all. That's an option as well. You're totally.
It just depends. If it's weekends, I don't work weekends. So
Okay.
that's the whole thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is on a Saturday, so no worries. So you can just come and enjoy the show.
Thank
That's
you.
perfectly fine. So if you want to get any snippets from your phone or
Yes,
anything,
do a
just
little-
to announce later, be like, I saw the show and whatever.
And
That'd
we
be
will
fun, too.
share on social media. So this
Okay.
will be consistently posted. I got you.
Awesome.
Because it will run on Monday, but then after the fact, it should be in at least 2 or 3 shows, and then we will have the web article up in Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. So we're gonna have MeTV tuned in on the
Yes.
TV all the time. Then.
You want to get a picture
Yeah.
over here?
let's get a picture.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Yeah, because the lights on over here.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, you go to this.
Yeah, tell us what to change.
Yeah.
Because he was just
Snapping.
snapping away. I'm like, wait, do we need to change? We good?
You want another?
I'd probably done.
Oh, you want
Oh,
to do
you
it
can
on
do it
that?
on that one.
Yeah.
One second.
I was gonna say, okay, that was fast.
Yeah, we had no video.
Get one for our socials. 1 second. There we go. There we go. All right.
Perfect.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You invited? You already went off? Okay. No, you didn't. Bye, y'all. We're going to go off of this live. I'm still live on TikTok, though, if y'all want to tune in to my conversations on the way to the car. All right, peace. Here we go. Just